Everybody looks to be accepted, wants to be praised. Everybody. I don't give a shit who you are. You're looking for something. That's just human nature. Praise that person. It takes you nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing. And you know what that does? It makes them feel like $1,000,000. A person walking out of your establishment that feels like I had the best workout, I had the best massage, I had the best neck cracks. Sorry, I like neck cracks. They're not really called neck cracks. They're called adjustments. I'm just messing with you. You know, will go to refer another person.
Yo, this is the best time on the planet to either be successful in your business or be, work with a great company. If you're suffering from if you're not doing well, you have the ability to change that. There's no excuse. There's so many tools and avenues out there to be successful these days that, you just need to kind of switch one thing, and that may be the catalyst to extreme change. So just think about that.
If you're a trainer, a nutritionist, or a practitioner in the fitness industry, then you want to be listening to this today. If you have a hard time keeping a client base, keeping your hours up, keeping your paycheck up, then we can definitely help you out. I'm Christian.
And I'm Carlo.
Welcome to Behind the Strength, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind. And today we are targeting you fitness experts, you fitness industry experts out there who want to make a living out of being a trainer, a practitioner of some sort, and or a nutritionist, right? Because we are in the fitness industry, so our background is fitness and therapy. We have a business in Scarborough, Ontario, in Canada, and we have been up for about 8 years now. We started with literally nothing, and we've created a multi-million-dollar company. We're actually
multi-million-dollar companies.
We are actually expanding this coming year to more locations out in the West End. And so look out for us. For those of you coming back, thank you very much for coming back. And thank you for all the suggestions you guys have had, hitting us up, showing us love.
I just want to shout out the people in the States listening to us, man. We got some people from California, some people from New York, Texas, all you people in the States. Thank you, man.
Yes,
that's
much
awesome.
love. That's amazing.
And of course, people in Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, everybody who's listening up. Scarborough, you already know we got love for you, man.
We do this. We don't ask for anything. We don't ask for any money. We don't put up ads or anything like that when we do this. The reason why we do this is because we've been through a lot in our years of business and growing up. We were forced to grow very quickly. And so we want to share any experiences that we may have had or are having as we grow, into the future. So,
Christian, how do what the hell do we know about keeping your schedule busy and becoming successful as a personal training therapist or nutritionist? Who the fuck are we?
Well, first of all, we've created a whole fitness, and therapy business out of this, and we've created our systems and our processes in a way such as that it allows the trainer or the practitioner to succeed and to actually keep a steady schedule and to keep it busy all year long. We don't believe here at SNU, we don't believe in highs and lows of seasons. We believe in how hard you fucking work.
Everybody who started working here has been filled the fastest they've ever been in their entire lives, in terms of schedule, in terms of knowledge, in terms of even just and revitalizing their energy and their passion for people and their skill. We've reignited that, and it wasn't only because it was it wasn't transferred over to us out of nowhere. We actually we developed it on our own when we had zero money for advertising or anything like that. We had to be great at what we did because we opened up before social media ever happened. So we had to go door to door and spread our name and provide great services without without paying for ads or the social reach that social media has right now, which everybody has. So, if you're struggling today, especially with the social media, you need to be listening because we did this shit before social media ever existed, really.
And just to give you a background, I personally have had much experience in developing and leading many personal trainers and teams. I've groomed, many hundreds up to at least about 500 or so trainers now. A lot of which are still in the industry and very successful, or still going on to do their own business and stuff like that. So we know a damn thing or two. A lot of people ask us now what keeps us going. There are two things that I can attest to. We're going to break it down today, but it's very simply, it comes down to this. When somebody walks into your establishment, whether it be a therapy clinic, a fitness center, a gym, a personal training studio, your energy, the way you welcome them is huge. Understand that. So if you're a person that's just sitting behind a counter, or if you have a person and they're just going to be like, hi, absolutely, these people are going to turn around and say, fuck you, I'm out of here. My money's going somewhere else. You got to bring your energy first and foremost.
Yo, that goes for everybody. If you're a barber,
It doesn't really matter.
If you're a dentist,
this goes for everybody.
if you're
If you're in the
if you're a
service.
single person that invites someone over to your house that you're very interested in, you gotta come at them with energy.
You do.
It's,
You do.
At the end of the day, it's do people want to just be around you? First of all,
Energy is contagious. It is what actually, when you speak to people or charismatic people, or the very first thing you'll notice is they've got a bright energy towards them.
Yeah, they
they've
draw
got
you in, right?
They've got a zest for life. They wanna do things. They're interested. They want to break matters down. They want to problem solve. You know, they want to live. Essentially,
you actually want to know what the difference really is between charismatic people. They not only try to bring you in and kind of share that energy, they genuinely want to share that energy
share.
with you.
100%.
Not in the sense of, hey, sit down, you're my audience, and I'm going to perform in front of you. It's like, yo, let's
engage.
Let's engage together.
Let's
just
engage.
Come with the
Tell me a little bit more about you.
Ball of energy, just
Yeah.
that we could, let's see where our energies could take it.
Could take you.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
that's the difference first and foremost from a very successful person of any sort. But if we're going to talk about this industry today, the fitness and the therapy industry, guys, if you are working in a clinic, if you're working in a gym, if you're a trainer, right, you better come with that energy to these people. Brand new or returning, you got to come with energy. Okay, it's not enough to just be like, hey, how you doing? I make a point every day I walk in here, I go onto the gym floor and I shake every single person's hand in there. The first time I walk in there every morning, every single person. Sometimes there's 25 people, sometimes there's 4 people. No matter what, I'm doing that. And I try to do that all throughout the whole facility.
Yep.
Just to acknowledge, hey, thank you for coming. I acknowledge you. You're here today. Hope you're having a good day. Whatever. Something small, something simple. Just an energy exchange. That's a huge
That was a
thing.
habit that we instilled ever since we were, even before we started this gym. Mm-hmm. Right?
Of course.
It was always, I guess it was just part of us. Just saying
It's part
hi.
of us, yeah.
It's part of us. It's kind of like, for me, I got it from my martial arts days.
Oh, you have to acknowledge everybody.
You
Yeah.
have to
Like it's
acknowledge
a bow,
it.
and it's a bow.
It's
out of
about,
bow
yeah.
respect.
You actually, it's out of respect. It's kind of like, hey, we're equal regardless of what status we are, and I'm vulnerable to you. When you bow, it shows a sense of vulnerability
Yes.
that I will show you,
Yes.
like my most vulnerable side.
Yeah, and your
We both-
modesty.
Yeah, and once you get used to that, and when people come in and out, you say hi to people. You never walk in front of people. You always you're aware of people's energies
Yeah.
and how they are. You kind of instill that into you, and the big part of it is because, hey, man, everybody's going through shit, man. You know, small things like, hey, how's it going? Acknowledge people, looking in their face and smiling, and just say, hey, I acknowledge that you're existing
Yes.
in my presence.
Yes.
Is a huge
100%.
People just don't even understand how
100%.
big that is.
Now, the next thing that I want to bring up is the fact that what makes people keep coming back? Aside from the energy, what's the next thing? You know what it is? It's the result that you bring. So for you guys who are supposed to be experts in this industry, nutritionists, fitness, personal trainers, group class instructors, if you're an expert in this field, you have to drive results. I'm sorry, but you do. That's what you promise a person. If you promise them that they will lose 20 pounds at the end of their term with you, you better deliver that result. And you know what ends up happening when you deliver that result? It's like crack. They're gonna want more.
That crack, baby.
They're gonna go. They're gonna think. And you know what? Because of the belief that you've built in them over time, they're gonna want that much more. They can believe they can lose 30 pounds. Add another 10 on top of that 20. Add a 6-pack on top of that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Give them that potent product, but give them a consistent basis.
Right.
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 The worst thing you could do is give them the potent product, like results, and then
You start cutting that
now
back.
they're hooked on me. I'm gonna give them the shitty stuff.
And which we see all the time. Listen, I go to I go to gyms all over the GTA. I love working out at different gyms. It could be a condo gym. It could be an outside little park. It could be. I love it. I just like going
absolutely
everywhere.
hate that.
I see trainers out there who are on their phones. I see trainers out there with their hands on their hips. I see trainers out there talking to their clients about their fucking meal last night
And they're
and
night
what they
outs,
had to go and the bar
night
that
out.
they went to. That's what I see out there.
or working out.
or working out. I'm not gonna call homeboy out, but I was at a place in Oakville last week, and every time his client did a lat pull down, he did a tricep extension.
At the same time.
Same time.
Because when you first told me the story, I thought you were like, okay, the client did a lat pull down. Then when they
Yes, sir.
rested, that
No.
trainer was doing tricep extensions.
He was jacked,
Yeah.
and I can imagine because of he had the plan. So she would do a lat pull down. She starts set rep number 1, and he starts his underhand triceps. Then during the break, okay, they take a pause. He takes a sip of his protein powder, so perfectly planned, right? And then he goes back to do his other arm. She does her next set.
So how do you know he was a trainer?
He had the uniform on.
No way.
And
That's even
that's his
worse.
client. That's
Yeah,
his
yeah,
client
okay.
because he had the card and everything. But
Oh my God.
and I see that very regularly at different places, not just at that one place, but different places, right? And so this isn't showing us, guys, that's not showing up for your client. You can't get results for your client like that because what matters to you is you now. And there's people out there, because the big thing is obviously you can't, if you don't work for a gym, so such as a Good Life, you can't train people there.
Yes.
So what a lot of people do will hire a trainer, and the trainer will train with them. That's a big thing.
And is that what they're expecting? Hey, Christian, I'm hiring you. Can you train with me? That's a thing?
They know they're going to have to train with them.
Why the fuck would you pay somebody to train with you?
But they know they're going to have to train with them because of the fact that you're not an employee at that place.
Oh,
So that's it's kind of an expected thing.
gotcha.
Right? So that person, and you'll usually end up doing that trainer's workout, right? And so therefore, if you are the trainer that does that, how are you giving your client the best experience possible? How are you even driving these results? And let alone guys and girls, if you want to see results in anything, you have to what? You got to measure it. You're not measuring at that point because you're caring more about the weight that you're loading on for yourself or the pace that you're going rather than the client itself. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I guess it is so much easier for a trainer to be doing that rather than a therapist, I would say. Like,
Yes.
right? Would a physio do the corrective exercise at the same time?
I've seen it happen.
No way.
Yes, I've seen it happen.
People just need to get fired, man.
I've seen it happen. Okay, I don't put it, and this is like from physio
really?
to like,
not just showing this is how you do
No,
things.
they do with.
Oh, man.
So-
The whole entire time.
They do with.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean?
insane.
It happens in this industry all the time. Or you see a therapist who gives her absolute all the first session, right? Wow. This person's like, all right, I'm going to be a regular now. Second time around, the massage is like, the pressure wasn't the same. The time was cut short. And then the third time, the therapist starts late, 5 minutes late. The pressure's not the same. They're not even focusing on the right areas anymore.
And then the
Fourth session.
The conversation is not even about.
Conversation is not even about them anymore. It's about what I did and what's going through in my life.
Oh, you can't believe what happened. To
I
me.
can't believe what my girlfriend just said to me and
yeah.
da 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 da. And then by the fourth session now, the RMT or the practitioner or whoever it may be isn't even treating the right area anymore.
I heard that a lot too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks for the client.
Oh, are we doing the glutes today? Wait a minute. I was here.
It's
I was seeing you
what-
for
I
upper
was
back the
seeing
whole
you
time.
from my neck and my upper shoulder. What are you touching my glute for? I'm okay in that area. Thank you. Right. So, like this is the reason why a lot of your clients are straying away. They're canceling on you. Listen, if somebody's very excited about their goals, okay, whether it's I want to rehab my left arm so I can get stronger and start lifting again, or start playing sports this summer again. If they're so motivated about that, and you're doing what you do what you are doing as a craftsperson, right? You're doing their program. You're measuring your client. You're measuring your client's success. You're tracking. You're staying on top of them. Is there a reason for me to even want to stray away from that?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
No.
But if it seems like you don't give a shit and you barely contact me to do my workouts, right? You're forgetting to put my programs up on time. You're not even putting soap notes after your treatment with me. You're forgetting what areas you treated last week or 2 days ago. Now, is that all the more reason for me to cancel on you today because it's a nice day out?
100%.
100%. And we see it all the time in this industry. We've been in this industry for well over 20 years. And these are the common reasons why clients cancel memberships, cancel personal training sessions, cancel friggin' workouts.
I don't think
It's not important to them anymore.
You know what the biggest thing is, I think, is that the practitioners or therapists or whatever, the trainers, they actually don't realize, they don't even do the simple task of analyzing what their show rates and cancellation rates are.
That's a
because the
huge
first thing that they do is just look at their paycheck. Oh, is this enough for me
In
to
my
be
range.
happy, right?
In my range, yes.
But you need to actually look at how many clients do I actually have on my roster or patients? How many times a week were they supposed to see me? And how many times a week did everybody actually
Show up.
So you need to calculate what your 100% optimal should be, which obviously that's never going to happen. That's barely going to happen. But you also want to know, okay, what is the canary in the mine? Is it 60%? If I hit 60%, there's a huge problem in my roster because more than likely it's going to be 70% attrition rate, or 55%, then 50% show rate next week. Because we know once person leaves or doesn't show up multiple times, the likelihood of them not showing up again is significantly higher. And you don't even realize that you're fucking your own paycheck.
If you're in this industry and this is what you make a living out of, okay, it is not acceptable to have one person cancel, then another one cancel. Because at what point are you going to stop that? At what point, when you finally don't have any clients left in your roster, are you finally going to say, hey, man, I shouldn't have let all those people cancel this month?
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't have canceled just because I wanted to go out to a bar at the end of the night.
And then those are the same people who's like, oh, don't get into training doesn't make money.
100%.
Training doesn't make money.
100%.
When there's a lot of rich trainers out there, when there's a lot of people building real businesses and acquiring real wealth through this personal training and services business, right? So it's easy to say that. It's like saying, oh, stockbroker, investing in stocks or real estate doesn't make you money. Well, there's a lot of billionaires that do. So
here's a big thing, and we just finished saying this to our team yesterday. Guys, over communicate. Don't assume. Don't assume that just because my client is scheduled for every Tuesday at 2 a.m. or 2 p.m., don't assume that they're already showing up. Confirm with them. Confirm the appointment. That's why they do that in professional clinics and doctors' clinics and stuff like that. There's a reason why they do that. There's a reason why we do that with front desk reception, right? Just to make sure that, hey, our practitioners are actually, or their clients are actually coming in. Mm-hmm. So you have to have some form of confirmation with your client. Now, all these things these days can all be automated. There's so many different systems, as we know, as we use. Mm-hmm. So, don't think, oh, I don't have time to do this. Then you know what? Get a fucking system that automates that shit. If you don't want to do it, then get something that does.
I'm going to give you guys a secret real quick. Okay, so there was a study done in 2008, 2001 or something like that, in a British study. So they took a group of 3 people who wanted, and their goal was to get them to exercise more often. So there's one control group where they set just a simple goal for them, like a fitness goal. The second group was they gave them all the information on why it's important to lose weight, cardiovascular disease, and all that stuff. And the third group where they wrote down, I am going to commit to working out Monday and Wednesdays at 4 p.m. and I'm going to do strength training every Monday and Wednesday. Let them go. I think there was 20% of the group in the first group, 25% of the people succeeded in their goals in the first group. Nearly 0% of people in the second group got successful, and nearly 91% of the people in the third group, 91%. Okay, that's not insignificant. That's fucking huge.
That's groundbreaking, man.
Succeeded in the third group.
That's crazy.
Why? Because it was an intentional thing. They had it in their mind and they wrote it down that they were very specific that on Monday and Wednesday, I will do this at this time. And being ambiguous in your goal only scratches the surface.
Yes.
You set goals, you don't set systems. And the systems that actually come into place is this one. And then deeper down is when you change your actual identity and understand that you are this person, not the fat person trying to hit your goals. So that's a number one trick.
That's a huge thing. Now, when we talk about communication with your clients, it's not just enough to communicate or over communicate. It is the type of conversations you're having with them. Mm-hmm. It's what keeps them accountable, what keeps you accountable. Those are huge things. Because if your conversations, okay, are actually of impact and of some sort of like related to what you're trying to accomplish, and every time your conversations are of that, then you're gonna hit your goals. These people are going to succeed. and therefore they're going to keep coming back.
Well, are you providing the systems for them? Are you helping
Right.
them really impact their day? Like, are you looking down and sitting down like, Christian, okay, run me through exactly what the hell you do on a daily basis. Not what you think you should be doing, what
Right.
you actually have
What are
been
you
doing.
actually- yeah.
Don't give me the fucking answers that you think I want to hear.
Right.
Like, let's be real. Like, legit. Like, I wake up, I fucking go on my phone, I look at my phone for 10 minutes, I look at Instagram for 10 minutes, and then I get up, go to washroom, do number 2, and just look at my phone again for another hour, 30
Right.
minutes, brush my teeth, go downstairs, like literally step by step what you think you're gonna do, list it out and scratch out the things that are ineffective and add in things that would be more effective, and start systemizing your day so you could actually set yourself up to be successful in what you want to
Well,
do.
the best part about doing that is that not only applies for fitness, but again, that applies for your whole day, your whole life.
Entire day.
Your entire life, because that sets a standard now for, okay, I have this window to eat lunch. My lunch better be prepared, because I should have already known what I'm going to be eating for lunch. Not like I have half an hour, but I wonder what I'm going to have today.
So what are you gonna do, right?
Right.
When should you prepare your lunch? What triggers is gonna initiate that thought, right? What daily habit triggers your original daily habit right now? So it's called habit stacking, right? So what do I do at night that I could kind of clearly define? Okay, when I see this trigger or do this trigger, that's gonna initiate me to, oh shit, I have to cook dinner or cook lunch for the next day.
Well, the hardest part is people don't go that deep and actually look at this stuff.
This is why all this bullshit that we say is, oh yeah, we're gonna lose 20 pounds and we're gonna come to the gym and then make sure you meal prep, okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. And then
Yeah.
what?
You need an actual full out bang out plan.
It's like saying, okay, when you go on someone's back in jiu-jitsu, just do an arm bar.
Yeah, it's like, okay, yeah,
Okay, right, okay, that's easy for you to say
Yeah.
because you've done it systematically for years and
Right.
years, and it's a habit. But what do I have to think about?
Right.
Okay, when you see his right arm slightly go like this, that's going to initiate the arm hook under. But make sure you keep it tight to your armpit, and then you swing your right leg over, and then you
Right.
turn him over.
right.
Right? You systemize jiu-jitsu, but we don't systemize the things we do in life that trigger certain things that we want to happen.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right? So if for the trainers and for the practitioners listening out there, do you guys even have these type of conversations with your clients? These are the effective conversations that we were talking about, that we are talking about. If you don't talk to your clients in this manner, if you don't talk to your clients and get deep down as to what they're doing on a regular daily basis, because we'll tell you right now, the clients that succeed the most, right? So let's take, for example, one of Farshad's clients. He's gained lots of his strength has gone up significantly by at least 50+% since he started here. This guy went from like skinny fat to literally having 6-pack abs, and he's gained himself at least about 25 pounds of muscle since he started. Okay, so he's put on quite a bit. Now, why he does that is because they actually went down and broke down. Okay, so what are you going to be eating after your workouts? So what are you going to be eating, for your breakfast? Because if I'm going to expect you to go at 90% load today of your maximum rep, then I need to know what you had before this. They actually broke down, okay, so you need to actually be sleeping 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever it is a day for you to be able to do this. And he went even deeper and further and looked into, okay, supplementation. What type of, supplement should I be taking beforehand or afterhand? He went deep into it.
So he went into that person's life.
Yeah,
And
no,
then
and
he, like,
that
really
person
went-
actually went,
Yeah,
because
so they
the
went to,
person
like,
was
okay.
that engaged,
Okay.
and said, okay, I'm gonna be doing this,
Yeah.
and I'm serious. I want to get strong. I want to get strong like you. So what do you do?
It's not that complicated, though, right?
Well, I
If you think
eat.
about it, like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
this is
I
what you
eat
wanna
like
do.
this. Okay, so how do I have to eat then?
yeah.
Right? Because I'll tell you right now, anybody that's successful in anything, the best entrepreneurs out there, the highly successful people, they dig deep into everything they do. Like they dig deep into it. When they want to get fit, they don't just try to get fit. I'm not just going to do a couple sit-ups and crunches and then expect, 10 minutes on a bike. No, I'm going to have to actually come up with a plan. And what do I have to do? And what days do I have to do this in? How much time span? So that's what you have to do with your clients. Those are the conversations you need to have. If you're not having those conversations, there's a reason why your schedule is not full. There's a reason why your client's not renewing or not continuing or not consistent.
And I think you should be listening to this because a big theme here is we never even talk about the training yet. We're not even talking about the mechanics of training and stuff like that. Like all these
are
things,
soft skill. Like just
these are the things that will make you successful. Yo, dude,
literally.
everything you fucking think you know, and you think you're so smart, and you think you're
I took this
textbook.
course and I took that course. That's fine.
Listen, and you're here, you want to succeed in this game. No one gives a shit. Okay, no one cares this is elastic shit that you're going to be spewing to your client. The client just wants you to make sure that they get what they want. I want to lose fat and I want to get 6-pack abs because I'm tired of being the fat guy and no girls looking at me or no guys paying attention to me. I don't care what my fucking lower back muscle is called. I don't care what this
How
and
many
that.
certifications you have.
I don't care.
No, that doesn't matter.
An engineer is stupid if he doesn't understand the psychology of a person on Instagram and what triggers they use and what keeps them on there. People don't care about the algorithms that you created.
They
want to
don't.
make sure that their likes are there.
Yes.
That heart comes up the right way. That notification beeps the right way. That's
Yes.
all that matters. You have
Yep.
to take a complicated fucking thing and make it simple and easily digestible and consumable.
So here's the thing: when you are with a client of some sort, now I do this all the time, whether it be a therapy client or whether it be a training client. You want to teach them a little bit. You want to tell them what's going on with their body. Don't get scientific. Don't get all rhyming off of what attaches to what. They don't give a shit. This is the muscle that we're working on, and this is what it does, and this is how it's going to help you, and it pertains to you.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So that way they're in the know. Because what that does is now is engages the person completely. As opposed to just be like, all right, so now, and I hear this all the time. Okay, so now we're going to do some barbell curls. Okay. Where's the continuation to that?
There's no continuation.
There is no
There's
continuation.
there's no
And that's a
pre-framing.
very common
Yeah.
language and common conversation you see on every gym floor in the world.
There's no future pacing. There's no reason why.
Listen,
they're doing
I went to
this.
Dubai and I watched, these are like crazy ass gyms, like multi-million-dollar gyms that they build out there. But the trainer working there is like, all right, so now we're going to do chest press, bench press.
Yeah.
I'm paying you $200 an hour. That's in the UAE. So they're charging a fucking pretty dollar. And all I can see that trainer is literally looking at his own chest as he's talking about the bench press because probably he's feeling it. But meanwhile, you're not talking to this person about any of this stuff, right? So there's a reason why. You guys got to engage that client. You got to teach a little bit. Teach them just enough so that they engage. Correct it when they're doing something wrong. If you're a person, if you're a client, or if you're a trainer or a practitioner and you see a client constantly doing something wrong, whether it's deviation in a movement or whatever, that's a big word, correct it. Don't let them keep going. If you constantly see somebody squatting and their left knee keeps buckling in, don't let them keep doing it. Do something about it. Teach them how to correct that. Even if it's, okay, just before we start your leg day, I want you to do a couple ball squeezes for your inner thigh so they could actually fire. Something that simple, right? Something as simple as that is going to do wonders for the structure of their body, and which essentially will determine the type of results this person gets.
Yeah.
So you got to be like that. And I know what everybody's going to say. We only have an hour with each client. That's perfect. Then you got to make use of that hour,
Yeah.
right? Stop staring at your phone. Stop leaning on the machine, because those things are all a waste of your hour, right? It doesn't take 2 minutes for your client to catch their breath. If they do, you didn't teach them how to catch their breath, because there's a way to do that too. And there's a way to do that very, very quickly, no matter how high your heart rate is. There is. If you want to know that technique, you can hit us up. I'm not going to get that shit for free.
Got to download the
God
PDF
damn
for
it,
that one.
right? And the last thing we got to say, praise your client for good, hard work and success. You got to praise them. Whether you're a group class teacher, whether you're a trainer, whether you're a rehab specialist and your client's gone from, crutches, to a cast, to, somewhat walking, to doing leg workouts, you got to praise that person.
Absolutely.
Everybody looks to be accepted, wants to be praised. Everybody. I don't give a shit who you are. You're looking for something. That's just human nature. We want to be accepted into a group of something. Praise that person. It takes you nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing. And you know what that does? It makes them feel like $1 million. A person walking out of your establishment that feels like, I had the best workout, I had the best massage, I had the best neck cracks. Sorry, I like neck cracks. They're not really called neck cracks, they're called adjustments. I'm just messing with you. Will go to refer another person. We've been around for a long time now, right? And especially in the fitness industry. What is the number one source of the people that come in here?
Referrals.
Like personal referral.
Yeah.
Personal referral.
Referrals,
There
of
is
course.
no referral or there is no marketing like personal referral.
Yeah, it's significantly cheaper. If you don't even understand where your referral sources are, you're gonna go downhill fast, right?
That's
And
a
if you
huge
actually,
thing.
if you actually recognize where your referrals are coming from, it should be significantly more of peer-to-peer
Yeah,
referrals.
peer to peer.
If you have an issue, if it's more outside paid advertising referrals, it's not you're actually you're operating a business on shaky foundation if that's the case, because
Yeah.
you're eventually, if you do run out of cash and something happens, that referral source of your outside Facebook ads or LinkedIn ads or Google ads, if that's significantly higher than your peer-to-peer referrals, ooh,
It's not gonna last,
it's
and
not
it's
gonna
not gonna
last.
last.
But that tells you, that's going to be an indication of your services aren't that great. It's not good
Something needs
enough.
to be refined. Yeah.
It's not good enough for me to talk about.
Listen, we know this from doing business and from studying, multiple entrepreneurs. Is there's three things in business. There's people, process, and product. If there's something going wrong with your business, it has to do with one of those three.
That's it. There's only three things.
Right? If you are a contracted trainer or a contracted practitioner and your schedule is lacking, it could be your process. It could be your product. Maybe your hands suck as a practitioner. Maybe they need to be improved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Or it could just be you. You have a bad attitude,
Well,
buddy.
maybe you're a fucking
You're just
asshole.
an asshole. Nobody wants to be around you. You're a pompous jerk.
Or yeah, you're so far up your own ass. You got to get that head out of there.
So if you're one of these right now and you're not that busy and you're looking for clients, what do? We have a plan. So number one, always assess where you are currently at. Where are you? Where, and I don't mean just like, oh, I got like 5 clients. I'll do twice a week, so I want 10 hours. No, where the hell are you at, man? Like what commitment are you willing to make to this industry or to your craft? Are you willing to do 40 hours of this? Right? Are you willing to do continuing education for another 5 hours during the week, an hour a day? Right? Because what development are you doing? You can't just keep practicing. Yes, you get better that way, but you're not learning anything new, right? You're just practicing the same thing over and over again.
Yep.
So you got to really see where the hell you're at. Or you got to see, all right, and then further break that down. Okay, if I do currently have clientele, where are they at?
Yeah.
Is this one losing weight? When was the last time I changed a program for this one? That should be something, and from here on out, you should check that on a friggin' weekly basis. You should know where your clients are at on a regular basis, right?
Not just like, oh yeah, I saw 3 clients. No, like where are they
Where are they?
in their development?
Yes. So they basically, okay, so they're in week 3 of, 10 pounds of fat loss over the next 10 weeks. They're in week 3. They've lost 3 pounds. They are on point. Why? Because they've been doing 5 days a week of cardio like I instructed them to, of 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. They did, 3 workouts this week of strength and conditioning like instructed. This
Yeah.
is what's happening. Okay, there's a person now not losing weight. Okay, why not? Well, you canceled on them last week. They canceled on you this week.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's people management.
And then you've
right?
missed now 2 workouts there, and this other person was supposed to do say 2 other days on their own, which they didn't see was that important. So you got to see where you're at first of all. You yourself check yourself. Personal first. Then you can start helping people out, and then you can see where your clientele are at. Because usually, if your clients are constantly missing on you, I know this because I personally have been up, down, and all around and through the ringer myself. I've had my head upside down. I've had my head in the highest and the lowest of points. I notice whenever I'm on the ball and my head is at its highest peak, my clients are on point. They've always been. When my head is all over the fucking place, guess what? My cancellations start to happen magically. I don't know why that happens. Really? It's a reflection of me, you jerk. I know that.
But that's the thing. A lot of people don't really look inside themselves.
I
and
know
be like,
that.
I'm the actual problem.
Yeah, I'm not taking this thing that seriously. I'm not going all in. This is why my client keeps canceling on me. There is something that you're doing that is affecting them.
And maybe you're taking on way too many clients that you're at.
That's a
certain
huge thing.
You're at a threshold where you're just trying to do so much.
Yes.
Right? You might be better off taking less clients and focusing more on them. Maybe charging a bit more because you're now giving yourself to less people, but
Yes.
you're giving more.
That's important. Knowing
and you could have your own life after. You set your own hours,
Yes.
but you set strict hours. Be like, okay, I'm only here from 10 to 6, and then after that I'm gone. So you better get in with me.
you got to see which clients are still matching to your energy and still matching. Like, can you still give that same service to this person? Can you still deliver results to this person like you originally said you would? If it's not there anymore, if the love ain't there, then pass them on to somebody else. You'll be a better person after. That person may even refer someone else to you.
Yep.
That's happened to me. Right? If somebody surpassed me, I'll be like, listen, I'm going to pass you to this next person because you have a different goal in life now. You want to do Muay Thai, then you should be going to a Muay Thai class and to a Muay Thai teacher.
Absolutely.
Not me anymore.
Yeah.
I got you to the state where you were able to go into a Muay Thai class and last, and now you want to be, of that craft and knock yourself out. So, and likewise, let's just say somebody is extremely injured after a while, right? From, other things that they do, then I'll be like, listen, this isn't for me anymore.
I think you hit a very important point. It's like not hoarding your resources because of scarcity, right? Like if you're so good, it doesn't fucking matter who you let go because they're already successful. You've made people successful.
And we'll teach you know what? Well, here's a rule of the universe, like you said. If you treat everything like of scarcity, it's gonna be scarce.
Yeah.
Anybody who's just like, oh my God, money is not available. You don't see money all around you. You don't see every friggin' building is worth something here, or people have money in their bank. But there's money out there.
Do you think Warren Buffett would ever give a shit if he lost all his money, man? Because the next day he knows how to make money again.
100%.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It's the perfection of the craft that he knows that you will fill his pipeline immediately.
And that's a big thing. So part of this is that's actually one thing that we do mention later on in this. But you gotta, from seeing where you're at, now it's time to actually act. You got to set a timeline for each one. Number one, for yourself, laid out your goals. And I'm not talking about wishes, guys. I'm talking about goals with an actual action plan. And that could only be changing 2 or 3 things. That's it. I'm not talking about making an action plan. Okay, I got 10 things to do. No, choose 2 or 3 things that need to change immediately and the actions you need to take for it. So once you've assessed yourself and once you've actually set some sort of action plan goals and give yourself, actual ample timelines, like real timelines. Like say, okay, in the next 6 weeks, I plan to get my schedule. I have 10 clients now. I want to have 15 clients, solid clients in the next 6 weeks. Okay. And you actually measure that out, right? You know what you got to do once you set an action plan down? You got to follow it.
Follow it, man.
You have to follow it. You got to stick to it. You got to stick to it until it actually works.
Yeah.
Which
create your
means
systems,
you have to refine it. You have to remeasure it. That means remeasuring your clients. Is my program working for them? Is my plan working for them? Is my plan working for myself?
Yeah, you also have to be like, okay, how do I treat new clients? How do I keep my current clients going? What happens when my clients are successful and they leave for a bit? What is my follow-up process to people who have been gone for a bit?
Yes.
All these systems that you kind of have to implement because they're still there. Just because you're finished with a client or a client is no longer with you because of, personal issues, that doesn't mean that energy is completely gone.
No.
Right?
No.
Because that's another resource you could kind of tap into later on. So if you create the systems and use these resources and you keep them in your pipeline, there's no reason for you to ever be
have that schedule.
Zero schedule.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we talk to our team about this all the time. Folks, we know what we talked to you today about. It works. It works very, very well. We know for a fact because we went from literally having debt to build this business and to making it a multi-million-dollar business, enough so that we can employ 40 plus people. And then by the end of this year to employ at least another, 30 more.
Yeah,
right?
We know what we're talking about, man.
Like we're helping people out on a daily basis. We've had thousands of people walk through our doors and succeed. We've also had hundreds of people walk through our doors, and not many people admit to this, and fail.
Yeah, we know what
and
it
this
feels
is
like.
what this is what we know. We're not telling you we've succeeded over and over again. We're telling you we've succeeded because we've failed over and over and over again. But from each failure, we learned and we applied what we learned.
Yeah, it's fucking shit when you text a client and they just ghost you out of nowhere. And then the excuses start coming.
But you know what? That ghosting could have been prevented just by simple conversation.
100%.
By holding simple accountability. At the beginning of your relationship with that client, you set down your expectations, right? I need you to show up 15 minutes before every session and start warming up. This is what a warm-up entails. This is what I need you to do. So that by the time you're with me at our 8 p.m., we're ready to rock.
We're going.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm not warming you up.
Yeah, set your expectations.
Yeah.
Don't show up 15 minutes after the session or 10 minutes after it starts, right? Don't come in and just be like, oh, I'm just changing right now and we're ready to go. You're not ready to go because you're not even mentally here. You're mentally still in traffic.
Remember the place where we used to work? There's like a lot of people who used to, you know, walk their client on the incline of the treadmill for like the first 10 minutes.
For the first time, what a waste of time. I still know trainers that do that.
Yeah. I used to do that my first bit. But then I realized, like, yo, I'm really doing my clients a disservice.
Yeah, and I'm wasting my time.
I'm wasting my time. I'm literally talking to this guy for 10 minutes for them to warm up when they literally could have done that before.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Those things have its time and its place. But I don't think for anything over 5 minutes that is very effective at all, and it is such a waste of time.
Tell them to do it 5 minutes before. You ready? You give them a stretch routine or a mobility routine, warm-up routine. You're ready to go when that hour starts, because let's go. Because for me, I don't want to hang out with you for 5 minutes to do it. Let's go.
No, let's actually start working.
Rock, man.
And the last piece to this is you gotta just follow. Once you've created a system and a process, you gotta follow it. And you gotta trust your process. Mm-hmm. You gotta trust it. And for as long as you're following it and you're being consistent, like consistently following, not like one client and the other client, no, because they don't seem that into it. You gotta follow it, client after client, day after day, hour after hour. If you're not doing that, then this isn't going to happen for you. You might as well get out of the fitness industry. And good luck finding any other industry you're going to find, because that just shows your character. You know what I mean?
I think on top of that, analyzing how to make it just 1% better each time as well.
Yeah.
Just really looking at it and saying, okay, how could I improve? This is what actually happened in this scenario. How could I have improved that just a little bit more? It's shaving off your time. Like Michael Phelps won in 0.001 seconds in the 1/100th
of a second.
And that's the difference between gold world championship, 8-time or whatever, how many times he did it,
or silver,
or
just or like he said, just competed.
Nobody knows who came second, though, right? I don't remember.
Nobody cares.
Do you remember? I don't know. Which is a huge fucking thing to me. I would scream it on top of a mountain if I came second to Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
But nobody remembers the guy's name, and I feel bad for that because that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But that's
the difference.
The thing. Michael Phelps now has millions of dollars in endorsement. I don't know what this person who nobody remembers gets.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So shaving off 1/1000, whatever, how many thousands of a second.
That's a refinement. That's small little refinement.
Continuous improvement each time, not being
egotistical
your technique,
dummy. The person's technique on the floor.
Yes.
Your massage techniques as you actually treat.
Yes.
Right? The way you palpate a client when they're actually doing an exercise, the way you engage their muscles every time they go up from a squat. All that shit. Refine it, because every little bit. Right, I was just listening to a podcast last thing that about Tony Robbins and Pat Riley, and Pat Riley goes, "I expect my team, because we lost the championship last year, like on Game 7. He goes to his whole team. It was the LA Lakers at the time. He said, "Listen, I expect everybody to get 25% better this year, and we're gonna push 25% harder." They're like, they literally went blank, pushed back, and said, "We don't even have 25% left in us." So he goes back to Tony. He's like, "I've never had this pushback before, and these people disengage. They don't even want to play anymore, and they're getting paid like $20 million.
That's plus. Crazy shit."
Yeah, and he goes, "So why do you need everybody to get 25% better?" He goes, "Because do you really need that? Because you guys lost in Game 7, like pretty much buzzer beater. So you don't need." He goes, "If you guys got better by 1%, so he goes, "How about this? How about you ask each player to get 1% better at 5 things?" Per player, that's 5%. Now he goes, considering on a basketball game, you only have 5 playing at one time. So if you have those 5 players that get better at 5% of their game overall, you have 25% better efficiency on that court. And now nobody's going to hit 100% of that, So even if you do, say, only hit 15%, better efficiency, that's the world championship.
That's the world championship.
That same year they won the championship.
That's more points than -1.
He goes, get 1% better at rebounding. Just you.
Yes.
You alone. Don't focus on him.
Yeah.
You get 1% better at rebounding. So we're going to actually check your stats every week.
Yeah.
1% better at steals. 1% better at blocks. 1% better at not letting that ball go out of bounds. So you dive for every ball. And we're going to count each one of these.
Yeah.
And they won the championship that year, and they went on to make a dynasty out of that.
And so people and that's the thing. People, even when they start fitness goals, okay, I got rid of every fucking thing in my closet, in my fridge. Oh, I'm on a keto diet now. I was like, motherfucker, you just ate like Pizza Hut for the last 30 years every single day.
You're not on keto. Your body is not a keto.
And just because you starved yourself yesterday doesn't mean you're in ketosis. You relax. really fucking relax. Just stop drinking milk. I mean, stop drinking cream with your coffee first.
Or juice all day.
Switch to
and
milk.
pop.
Like relax. 10%, like small, like percentage.
Small.
And this is
Small.
like when people say shit like that, like, oh, I got rid of carbs, right? Who the fuck told you to get rid of carbs, bro? Like, just chill just show up, do 5 reps each day.
Do 5 reps. Yeah.
Get out of bed and do 5 push-ups. That's it.
Let's start right there.
Overhaul your entire life because you think that what it's gonna. You have to build up to that.
Yes, and you know what? This actually just applies even to people in the industry, people out of the industry. Small refinement every day.
Every day, like
Small progress every day. It's not about perfection. It's about progression.
yes, you want
That's
it to
what it's
stick.
about.
You want these things to stick to
Exactly.
you. You want it to be second nature. And the
Exactly.
second nature takes 1,000 fucking hits on the wall with that tennis racket to be like your second nature, man. You don't think about it anymore.
100%.
That backhand has to be the
100%.
exact angle and the right timing to be able to cut right through the court.
And an application of business and relating back to practitioners, trainers in this industry, the consistency of the quality that you put out every session, every minute of that session, the quality that you put out of the programs that you're putting out for them with a plan. And then most importantly, the consistency of your conversational piece and your communication with your client is going to be the biggest things.
Huge.
Practice those reps and we guarantee you will be successful.
Even start this. If you're listening to this, and I'm gonna give it like this is. I mean, you owe me royalties for this. Every single time you see every single client smile at them and say, "Hey, good to see you." Give them a high five or a handshake or a hug, and then the moment they leave, do the same thing. Great job today. I can't wait to see you next time. I'll see you again next week. Like say the day and time. I can't wait to see it. I'm excited. I love hanging out with you. Just acknowledgement of their presence and who they are, and you're just appreciative that they took the time to spend their time and energy with you when they could have done it with millions of other people. The gratefulness that somebody feels, because guess what? 99.9% people out there, and we said this when we first started before we even opened. We're like, people are treated like fucking shit out there.
100%.
So the moment they see you and they feel that, holy shit, this is a genuine person out of the millions that treat me like shit, they're going to come back every single time.
100%. I agree.
You're welcome. I want royalties if your business starts booming.
Hit us up at
Strengthen You, yes.
on Instagram.
And Instagram, Strengthen You, STRENGTHNU, or BTS at strengthenu.com. That's Bobby, Terry, Sandy at strength dash the letter N dash the letter U.com, or check out our website, Facebook. We're on YouTube as well. We got a lot of like tutorials and stuff like that. Our full podcasts are on there as well.
If you have any suggestions as to any topics you want us to cover, if you have any questions regarding, today's podcast or any other ones, please do mention and definitely refer us to somebody else out there that could possibly be helped out by our content.
Remember, man, this is the best time on the planet to either be successful in your business or work with a great company. If you're suffering from if you're not doing well, you have the ability to change that. There's no excuse. There's so many tools and avenues out there to be successful these days that, you just need to kind of switch one thing, and that may be the catalyst to extreme change. So just think about that.
We appreciate y'all. See you in the next podcast.
Thank you.